So, because of the vinyl pressing delays, I've been waiting on tonight's album to come since it released in June 18th. So you'd think that since I'd been listening to it since then, I'd have had plenty of time to take notes and prepare myself. No. Let's do it anyways. This week's album is the debut album from the New York quartet Next Scars. It's called Don't Panic. You can see this is the outer sleeve. I love this sign for this year and last year. Super aptly named. Also comes with liner notes, picture of the band, and them saying thank you and stuff, and then lyrics on the back. And then the album itself is this teal green, almost reminds me of Tiffany blue, but not quite. It's a little greener than that, but it looks pretty cool. And this comes from Sell the Heart Records in Berkeley, California. This whole album is melodic punk rock at its core, with grinding, gravelly vocals that give off a punk rock Tom Waits kind of vibe. Super cool sounding. They splash in some old-fashioned Americana rock and roll with some post-hardcore, maybe a little bit of emo influence in the lyrics. This album is stellar. The album itself clocks in 10 songs, 30 minutes, and only 30 minutes. I say only because I wish I had 30 more right now. This album, I've been spinning it all week since I got it, and before that I'd been streaming it basically all summer. The talent on this album, and remember I said this was a debut album, just oozes. This does not sound like it is this band's first album. The way they mix the gravelly vocals and distorted rhythm guitars with the higher pitched harmonies and clean lead guitars is fantastic. Then you add in some really cool bass lines that I didn't quite notice the first time I had listened to the album. It took a few listens to come through, but once you notice them, you'll realize how sick they are. And then the drumming, I don't even have a proper way to describe the drumming on this album. It provides the atmosphere for the whole thing. It's dynamic. It's in your face when it needs to be. It's quiet when it should be. Really, the drumming sets the tone on this album. This album just gives, the more you listen to it, I'm sure people say that about a lot of albums, but I really mean it about this one. Every time I listen to it, it's like I pick up on something else that I missed the first 100 times. If I had to pick some songs from it, Born Sick, lyrically I love that song. It's relatable, and it has a strong anthemic portion. I can just imagine people crowding in to sing that at a show. Jarring is another deeply emotional song with some really nice, clean guitar shredding. And then you have First Time, Long Time. It's a great song to close out the album with, and it features special guest vocals from John Snodgrass, who, if you have watched my other videos, you know I quite like. And his vocals are distinct, so they come right at you. Every song, I can't think of a song I don't like on this album. There's always that one or two, but really, I can't think of a song I don't like. So that's Next Scars, Don't Panic from Sell the Heart Records. This is out now on the Screen vinyl. It's been out for a while streaming and on Bandcamp. And if you like the band, they are doing pre-orders for a 4-way band split on Sell the Heart Records. It's a picture disc. The song is available to listen to now from Next Scars, but head over to Sell the Heart Records and pick up a copy of that and show a little label some support if you're interested. The second album I wanted to talk about is, actually I have it on CD, The Magunks, Going Out Early. They are from Providence, Rhode Island, and this is street punk, that old school flavor, the dark, gritty vocals with those big sing-along choruses that just make you want to get involved. It's a really rad album that I was lucky enough to get an advance copy of. It's very much that New England flavor of rock and roll that we all know and you can never get enough of. Head over to their Bandcamp, check it out. I'll leave a link below. I had never heard of them before, and I got the CD one day and it surprised the shit out of me. So I highly recommend checking them out as well. Again, that's The Magunks, Going Out Early. When you check out this album, make sure to check out the song Swinging and It Ain't Over. It Ain't Over is probably my favorite song on this album, and I'm smiling because I like it so much. I'm not laughing. It's a really good song. Reminds me almost of, it opens like the Boss Tones with a little bit of Rancid and then Murphy's thrown in. It's a really good song. So seriously, check out the Magunks. So what have you guys been listening to this week? Let me know in the comments. I have some new stuff in and some new stuff coming in that I'm excited to talk about. So hit like, subscribe, hit the bell thing. I don't know what it does. And I will see you next week.